Hello?
Dad, my thing is going lower. Why is it going lower? It was high, but why is it low?
Move over here. He's
No,
asking, Ben's
no, I have a
asking about
question.
his beer, the foam
Dad,
going down.
I meant, does that mean the drink is gonna go down as well?
No. That means that's just the foam goes down.
What means the drink goes down?
No. Just it means the bubbles are popping. That's all. So here we are in Delft. Benjamin and I stopped in for. He's got a non-alcoholic beer, and I ordered the Delft Pearl Van Delft local brew here. And of
I
course,
don't want
Benjamin.
to. I want to try the foam part, so let's hurry. So
Okay, we're gonna cheers before. Okay, here you go.
Mine's
Ready?
really wasting.
Cheers. He didn't want to waste it. He wants to try that foam. So anyway,
I don't taste anything.
it's a non-alcoholic Heineken in a glass, which they don't do that regular, but it's a specialty of this place. So Benjamin was born here in 1999.
Why don't taste this? That's weird.
It's just not a real strong flavor.
Hanukkah is one of them.
We're video now. Talk about when you were born here, and we're right in the center of Delft. The market's in front of us. The new Kirk, new church, and it's just such a historic town. But we're having fun. We're over here.
Can I try yours to see what it tastes like?
Maybe a little bit at the end there.
I meant like at the end. Can I try yours to see the difference?
I'll let you taste it. Yeah.
Like a little bit, just to see what the difference is between yours and mine.
Okay. Anyway, I just want to say, put around the edges. I got a phone call interrupted our videoing. So we're enjoying our nice pancake now. It's something that's cool about this particular place is when we lived here, President Clinton came to Delft and he ate right here in this little restaurant. And I've been up in the table and the chairs where they all sat. People were calling me, hey, President Clinton's here. Back in the 90s. It was pretty cool. And there he wrote them a note. So that's kind of funny, you know?
Dad, I'm gonna wrap mine. Have you ever wrapped yours?
No, don't wrap it. Don't.
What do you mean you don't wrap it?
This one you don't wrap. You just go ahead and.
You don't wrap it?
I'm just gonna cut this off. Really? Yeah.
Why are you videoing me eating this?
Because I want to make a little just memory. So, let's see. So Benjamin and I went to the Haven, which is a kind of a mall right down from Yo and Emmek's house. We used to do outreaches there. Went by the church and then walked into Delft, went by our house, and went by the Lego shop. We went in there and hung out for a little bit, kind of cool Legos. So we're having a nice time.
Yeah, but they don't get free refills here, right? They don't get free refills here, right?
No, not on beer.
Everything else, maybe everything else.
No, they don't do that at all. Only America.
That's right. Right, Dad? I know I drank a little bit already before you called this, but you're never gonna see me drink beer in America before, so there you go. Wait, before I do it, you never seen me drink beer before in America, have you? You're gonna see me now in Holland do it. All right. It's good beer. Dutch beer.
All right. This is where Wendy's staying in Martijn and Juka's kind of place. A room, they have a B&B, Airbnb. They have set up. They have an amazing home out of Delft. And Benjamin's in there. Say, hey, Benjamin.
Oh, hello.
We have the famous portrait of Hugo de Groot here, Hugo the Great, and the Prince off in Delft. Of course, he was born here. But what's interesting is this may have been the chest that he escaped in after being in prison for his Armenian beliefs, and then got very political. There's 3 different chests they think may have been it. This is owned by his family. This may be one of them. Or this is one of the 3 that they think could have been that he would have escaped in. His wife had books brought to him to the prison. He removed the books, got on the chest, and then friends of his, took him out. And quite a wise man, escaped to, it was France or Switzerland then. And an amazing man, a great thinker. Of course, he was an Armenian and a praetorist, besides his great contribution to international law. I'm here in the Waldensian Chapel here in Delft, and this is part of the Prinsenhof, which is kind of the headquarters of William the Orange. When he was here, he fled here, had been in Antwerp, comes here, and it's where he's going to be assassinated. But this was a monastery originally, a Catholic monastery. When he comes here, it becomes his headquarters, and he's going to die here. But this is the chapel. And after his death, this becomes the Waldensian Reformed Church, which Huguenots had fled from France, come here, and they're here for hundreds of years. This community continues as a French congregation up until really probably about 10 years ago. And actually in the 1990s, 2000, I guess 1993, 94, I had the privilege of performing a wedding here in this ancient chapel. And so, very historic. William of Orange would have prayed here, would have worshiped here, and would have died just really not far from this place, connected with his headquarters, the Prinsenhof. So anyway, a little bit of history. Thanks. Come on. In Delft, on a beautiful rainy day. The outer Delft, got the man Benjamin.
Ben.
Ben.
I don't know who Benjamin is anymore.
You don't know, he's the new Ben. Old, he was.
I killed Benjamin.
Old Benjamin's gone. Anyway, we had a nice time at the Prinsenhof. Benjamin and I went to that museum, going now to Martijn and Juka's home. It's beautiful, it's where Wendy's staying. And go to see David and Melanie, have a little time with them, some coffee, a little chat. A lot of sweet memories. Amazing historic town, all these bicycles, all these students, and we used to ride around, one kid in the front, one in the back, and one on my chest, and groceries on the sides. Amazing, so grateful for our 16 years living here. So Benjamin, what'd you think about our time in Delft this week?
It's not over yet.
Not over, it's good.
I don't know yet.
All right. Beautiful home of Martijn and Juka. They're nice, precious cats. Yeah. Benjamin's very good with. So this is a very nicely designed. Juka's such a homemaker. But the building itself is, I guess, 16th century. And right here on the outer Delft, let's just take a peek. She turned this into an Airbnb also. Whoa, 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 whoa. Almost locked me out. Well, here it's on the, I think there was some information, maybe this is it, that talks about the historical aspect of this house. That webpage talks about it. Anyway, this is it. Here I am in Delft, and I want to tell a little bit of the history of living water, Leven water, as everything came to pass, early days. Right across the street is a hotel, and that hotel is where Fergus O'Regan, coming from Ireland, working here with his company, he was supposed to stay there, but he got there, the place was booked. And the owner of the hotel said, look, I'm full, but I have a place you can stay.
And he sent him over to this room here, right back here, which is actually the hotel owner's daughter lived. So Ferg goes up there, he unloads his pockets, and he takes out the 2-question test, which is a little evangelism tool that we used to hand out all the time. Left it there, and he took off to get something to eat. Came back, and the girl named Marianne had found it, living there, read it, and she goes, "What is this? I want this." And Fergus led her to the Lord. Now, that's a quick, brief summary, basic what happened, but this is it right here. And this house was used by the church for a long time, days gone by. So anyway, that's the first little interesting step, and we'll follow up in a minute. Right here in the middle of Delft, and the big market's over here is a smaller market. We'll be here on Saturdays, but lots of memories here. We did outreaches over here. The first Ben & Jerry's that ever opened in Europe was just down there. Of course, it closed, didn't succeed. And just lots of memories. One historic memory is right here. There used to be a bank here, and when they went from the guilder to the euro, I brought the kids down here, and we went into this building here. It was a bank, and they gave all the children and myself, Wendy, all a packet of all the new euros. Everybody in the Netherlands got this packet of the Dutch euro, and the kids were just a little pity. I guess it was like 2000, 2001, something like that, or was it 99? Somewhere around there when it all shifted. Anyway, lots of memories, great outreaches here back in the day. So little memories of Delft. Here I am at the main square. You hear the bells ringing, and beautiful. That's the Nieuwe new church behind me. And oh my gosh, such history, but also such personal memories here. And that's the Stadthouse, kind of the seat of government in Delft, right back there. And we have the Catholic Church behind us, much newer building. The old church is that way. Canals are all throughout the town. It's absolutely beautiful. And there's a market here every Thursday. We'd come on our bikes and fill up on all kinds of veggies. Wendy loved it. And go back. It was just such a great event. Actually, I remember one time I got all these phone calls from the people in the church. They said, "President Clinton's here. He's in Delft." And sure enough, he'd been in Rotterdam for some kind of summit. And they helicoptered him in here, dropped him off, and he ate right over here in one of these coffee houses. And you can still go in there, and there's the table where he sat at, and his chairs. But some of the folks came up here, was able to see him, just packed with people looking, and a funny memory. Anyway, beautiful town. Of course, also historically, Van Meer, the great artist, Leo van Hoek, one of the earliest men to work with microscope and magnifying all kinds of fascinating, powerful Christian. There's people there, some going by there, I don't know what that is exactly, but also my great hero of the faith, Hugo Grotius. He's also born here, his statue's here. Of course, he's a great Armenian, he's partial preterist. And also he had an interesting view on the atonement. People tried to make that look heretical, but that's a completely misreading of his writings. He's got to go source material. That's him right there, Hugo Grotius. And great stuff. And down here's the Bible Inn, where it's a Christian bookstore. We had people living above that. Bert lived there, and a guy named Case and others. And also the building where, right over here, it's the St. Lucas Guild. But when we lived here, it was where Michael, our son, went to school. It was a secondary school. But what it is right there now, it's actually what it was, is where Van Meer had his guild, and he painted there. And that's where Michael went to school. They tore down the school and rebuilt this place that looks like the original guild. But also Van Meer lived right here, and that's the original building where he had actually lived at one point. Lots of history, fascinating culture, amazing town. So, here I am, and that church right behind me is the Lutherans church, and we met there for years and years after we had left the school, Hugo, we moved in here because we filled that place up, and we moved in here. And I guess the girls were little. I guess it's 2003, 2004, something like that. We met here, and we met in the afternoon because, early afternoon. And actually, they did a TV show about this building, and they videoed our church. It was great. You know, it had some great advertisements from that. I'd love to find that old video of that. So this actually is a pre-Reformation church. And of course, it was Catholic originally. And then it also became a kind of a chapel for the mentally ill for a while. So maybe we fit in well with them at that point. But many, many memories in this church, a lot of outreaches, a lot of just building as a community here. So very grateful, and I have such a great love for history. So it was a lot of fun to be here, and so I wish I could get inside to see it, but I haven't been able to find my way in. But we have some old footage of that. So we probably grew to about 125 in this church. And then once we moved out into the other place, went up to about 150, then to 200 in the last couple of years. So a lot of children, a lot of families. It was just an awesome, awesome time back in the day. So it was great. Anyway, we'll proceed. Benjamin. Right behind me is the old church, the Oude Kerk, and a beautiful historic landmark here in Delft. Beautiful building, a lot of very interesting people are buried there. Just great, it's a beautiful church. And we had our 10-year anniversary in there. We rented out a big portion of it and had a lot of people come from all over the place, all old, members that had traveled the world were back with us. So great memories there. So Delft is filled with these little bitty, over little passageways. There's always all the bikers are driving by, bikes everywhere. And I miss that. I miss having all the kids with me. I'd have a kid here, kid in the back, and the kid up front, and groceries on the side. And it was just amazing. Great memories. Now, after we left the Lutheran church, we moved into this building here. And things, we just grew, expanded. And this was really exciting. It was a inside tennis court with offices around it. Crazy looking. Turned into our meeting hall. So it was really, really exciting, that place. And so we were there for several years. And then we were moved past that into the building, the permanent building. And we bought that. And that's when the process I'm leaving. We're buying that, fixing that place up. But a lot of memories here. This is where Benjamin actually took off and got lost. And the police ended up picking him up. It was a big ordeal. Whole church out looking for him. So he'd walked out with another little kid from the Sunday school, and someone let his hand go, and he just walked out there. And anyway, we got him. Praise God. Here, Benjamin and I are in front of the Living Water sign. The church is over there, and the university is that way. And Pop's Hof right over there. We had many great outreaches over there in the neighborhoods there. Great stuff. Here we are, walking in the old neighborhood. Crossing a canal here. And our house is right up the road that way. But when we first came to the Netherlands, we moved here. We didn't even visit. We moved here. And we loved it. I remember driving in that first day and coming. It was in December 1990, and absolutely sunny, beautiful day. Driving in and see all the canals and Then went and hung out with everybody in the little group, about 10 people. Ferguson, Miriam, Ari, and Caroline were there, and it was amazing. And Ari and Caroline had a little studio nail shop. He was did nails, him and Caroline, and he's very much an artist. I mean, very much a perfectionist, gifted. So they ran a little business, and they had also done outreaches in Amsterdam and Den Haag, working with prostitutes, doing their nails, loving on them. It was back in the late 80s, early 90s. And that's a beautiful dog. Yeah.
Dog.
So that was, and they had gotten saved. Ari had gotten saved in an outreach with Nick Pappas and Kelly Mihalko, which was a student with me, got saved. You know, I witnessed to her and brought her to meetings. She got saved in Atlanta from the Art Institute. She went with Nick and Patty to the Netherlands. Must have been 83, 84, where Ari got saved. And that's where the vision kind of started from the Netherlands. So we really had a part from the beginning. Now right here, this school here was the place, our second meeting place, this school here. Once we outgrew the nail shop, the back of the nail shop, the church moved into here. We were here. We even had baptism in this place. We poured water in, brought a baptismal. It was crazy, man. Great stories from there. One time we had such a move of God, a bunch of people getting touched and crying. People out on the floor, the police got called in. It was absolutely hilarious. And so we were there for a few years, and then we moved to the Lutherans Kirk. So the school's right back there. This is Hugo de Grootstraat. The Janssens live right down there. Ferguson and Miriam are going to move in down the road there, have a house. Martijn and Juco are gonna live down there at one point. Astrid, the neighbor of Ferguson and Miriam, are gonna come to Christ. She's gonna get saved, amazing lady. But our first place we lived and where our church was this nail shop. And that's not a nail shop now, it's a little school or something. And this is where we lived for a while. The church was here, in the back room back there. And this building wasn't even here, but there was an alley here, or became an alley, but it was just open. Those are my earliest memories of this place. And we loved it. It was great. And great little community. About 10 people in the earliest days when we first got here. So that's where the church is, back that way. The original location behind the nail shop. And then we were kind of living all over the place looking for a home. And it was the whole story to that. We couldn't find a place. We weren't even allowed to be in the country. At that point, we didn't know it. We still applied. In fact, the Lord tell us to buy a house because we couldn't really rent within the system. It's a very complex country to get in here. We didn't have permission to be here, but we didn't even realize that really fully. So we buy this house. There's a whole ordeal with that. But God, as a God of miracles, comes through. And then we find out they stamp our visas. We have to leave in 30 days. We bought a house. The church was beginning to really take off. It was quite the battle for 5 years. And that's when I went to work at the military base, washing dishes. And anyway, it was wonderfully crazy, as life can be. And God's right in the middle of it. With our sweet kids, we had Michael, of course, born in Ireland, then Jania in 93. Emily comes around 95.
Michael not born.
Then Benjamin comes in 99. So 2 are born in the house. This is the old neighborhood. Now this used to be a school right down there. Michael's first school was right down there, that newer building there. And it's what's called Nieuwe Schoolstraat, where we lived. And there was a pub there on the corner. And of course, this was a very rundown area, to be honest. Now everything's changed because of the train station that's been built and the prices are going up. which is a great blessing to us as we own a little home here. We bought this house in guilders. I was like 50,000 guilders or something, but not much money now, but back then we had none, so it was a lot, but needed a lot of work. And this is our house in front with all the bikes. We're renting out to students now. That's it right there at the red door, 2 doors. And you'll go all the way up, 3 stories, and then there's even a little, what do you call it?
Here's my bike down.
Thing at the top there. All right, that's it. Right behind me is the corn burst. That was one of the first big outreaches we had back in the day. Actually, Ken Do came over, and I think we did like the rock and roll seminar or something. It was a student place. They'd eat there, but we rented the place and had a great student outreach back in the day.
There's Bert, our house. Here we are, close to our house, but there's the new station, which is amazing, massive and big. Oh my gosh, if you remember the old one. Things have so changed. Catherine!
How are you doing?
There's the famous
Hey,
politician. I saw your picture over
saw
there. I
it?
said, whoa, I know this celebrity.
I'm back in there.
Oh my! Wow, that was amazing. Catherine is works the government here. Her picture's up there in the Stadthouse, you know. So it's kind of funny. She's French, came and part of the Munich church. Got married to Yob years ago. So very fun to see her just accidentally walking down the road. So anyway, it's a beautiful day in Delft. Walking towards our house, where 3 of our children were born.
Walking down middle school street now.
All the way up. Both doors are ours. Here we are. Back. Newest school strat. Fine. You and I.
Look at this beautiful downwind. One more time.
Why am I walking around in circles?
Boom.
Done.
Amazing. Just look at these clouds.
Okay.
Whoa.
Did you do a photo?